Despite legal challenges, federalized National Guard troops could be on the streets of Chicago as soon as today. Fox's Rebecca Castor has details from Washington.
After days of clashes between federal agents and anti-ICE protesters in Chicago, the White House is stepping in and federalizing some of the state's National Guard troops. Texas also answering the call to help, with Governor Greg Abbott sending soldiers despite objections from Illinois' governor.
Governor Abbott should stay the hell out of Illinois' business. Donald Trump is using our service members as political props and as pawns in his illegal effort to militarize our nation's cities.
Illinois is suing to stop the deployment of troops, and they're hoping for a similar ruling to one in Oregon, where a federal judge recently shot down President Trump's plans to send National Guard troops to Portland.
With all due respect to that judge, I think her opinion is untethered in reality and in the law. For more than 100 days, night after night after night, the ICE facility has been really under siege.
The White House is appealing that decision, and the president isn't ruling out invoking the Insurrection Act, which allows him to mobilize the military to conduct civilian law enforcement activities under certain circumstances.
We have an Insurrection Act for a reason. If I had to enact it, I'd do that. If people were being killed and courts were holding us up.
Despite both of these states fighting in court, the White House thinks they'll ultimately win, just like they did in California after deploying troops to LA earlier this year. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox 9.
2 years have now passed since the October 7th attack by Hamas, sparking the war in Gaza. 1,200 people were killed that day, and 251 hostages were abducted in the worst attack in Israel's history. Vigils to mark the attack were held across Israel. There were also a lot of protests, with demonstrators calling for the return of the remaining hostages and an end to the war. According to Gaza Health Ministry, more than 67,000 Palestinians have been killed, and approximately 90% of the population of Gaza has been displaced. Restrictions on humanitarian aid have contributed to severe hunger crisis, with experts saying Gaza City is experiencing famine. There is hope for an end to the war. Israel and Hamas are holding indirect peace talks in Egypt this week. They are discussing a new ceasefire plan put forward by President Trump. The president is optimistic Hamas will accept his proposal, but many in the region find it hard to believe real peace is coming.